the grinds, the quests. There is so much to do in Runescape, so much to explore. Today we'll be exploring the rich history of Runescape. If you really want to understand the game you are playing, you must know its history. The plague in West-Ardougne is being managed by the Mourners. The Mourners seem like normal people that just want to get rid of the plague, but there's actually a very deep story behind them. They're actually called the Privdinas Death Guard. The Privdinas Death Guard is an organization of elf assassins that are a part of the Iorwerth clan. Originally called an old and honorable society, the Death Guard served as Lord Iorwerth's primary force in his attempts to summon the Dark Lord during the Elven Civil War. A former member of the Mourners wrote a journal that I'm going to read now. If you want to skip this part, you can go to minute. I start this new journal as I start my new life. I leave behind all that I was as I take a stand for the Elven race. It is my only hope that we can at last find peace with our misguided brethren and return home. To stay is to condemn ourselves to an eternity of chaos. To this end, we must each do all that we can for the greater good. Year 0, Day 1. The Death Guard is an old and honorable society, and so I have enrolled. I have one more day in the city before I go for training. I was speaking to my brother Leston. He was telling me of the research he has been doing on the Undercity. He thinks he may have found the location of the old Grand Library. It is a shame his research will never amount to anything. No one will ever enter that place. The seals were placed on it over 2000 years ago by Siren herself. He asked me how my historical study of the Eastern Realms was going. I did not have the heart to tell him. I will wait until tomorrow. Year 0, Day 2. I have put the last of my affairs in order. Easton begged me not to go, telling me that I should stick with my research. I think my big brother may have had his nose in a book too long. He does not see what is happening to our people. We must regain our heritage if we are going to survive on this world. Besides, if I am ever to know anything about the Eastern Realm, I should go and see the land myself. This may be the last night I spent in the home of my ancestors. Year 2, Day 2. It seems a shame to have lost 2 years from my journal, but I can understand the need for secrecy. I am told when the subjects covered in that portion of my journal are no longer an issue of the security pages will be returned to me. At least I finished training. I am told that my first assignment will be in a human city. I wonder what they look like. I was able to get an hour free in the city before leaving for my first post. I found Easton in the same library I had left him in 2 years ago. It was good to see him again after such a time, although his research had led him to some absurd conclusions. He thinks that one of the 9 seals to the Undercity is broken, though I'm sure there are too many safeguards for such a thing to be true. I wish I had more time for him. This evening I camp on the peaks of Arendar. Tomorrow I report for my first day in service to the Death Guard. Year 2, Day 3. The induction to my new post was poor at best. I wasn't even assigned a bunk. The rest of the day was spent in a watchtower, occasionally getting attacked by pigeons. The humans are not so different as I thought they would be, although they live like animals. Year 2, Day 6. I have been kept very busy by guard duty over the last few days, and this is the first chance I have had to make an entry in my journal. I have bad feelings about the work I undertake. It seems to me that any task that requires us to treat other beings as poorly as we are treating those humans can only come to ill. But we must each do all that we can for the greater good. Year 2, Day 7. I have spent my day in the pointless exercise of chasing sheep about with a big wooden device, after wasting all the shots I tried pouring vials of dye into it. In the end I only succeeded in breaking the device. I have been told that I will be doing paperwork all day tomorrow. I cannot do as much damage in the office as I was told. Year 2, Day 10. For the last 2 days I have worked cataloging all the findings. Then today a messenger turned up with a document requesting that all materials from the excavation sites should be returned to Prefinias. I wish I could join them on that journey. I hope my brother as well. There's a rumor going around of a great human will reopen the Well of Voyage, and in the process of doing so banish the crazed mage. I wonder if this has anything to do with the prophecies. Year 2, Day 17. One of the slaves escaped and ran off down the southwest cavern today. He was found some hours later in a small crevice, rocking back and forth, repeating over and over, "No shadows get me!" It looks like I will be the one to go look for the shadows. I just got my orders to take a team and investigate the tunnel. I am to be briefed in the morning. The journal stopped here, so I presume she didn't get back from her search. Let's talk about the Elven Civil War. The Elven Civil War took place in the Elven continent of Ardougne and began in the year 1030 of the 4th Age, when Lord Arworth betrayed the rest of the Elven clans, most of which were beyond the Arendar mountain range in what is now Kendarin, Asgarnia and Mistelin. They abandoned the elven deity Siren and instead worshipped a mysterious, elusive figure known as the Dark Lord. This war began because of 2 major events that began before it, called the Great Divide and the Siege of Prefinias. These events will be discussed in one of the next episodes. The Prefinias Death Guard were sent by Lord Arworth to help King Lafas keep up the appearance that there was a plague in West-Ardougne. This Lord Arworth is the current leader of the Arworth clan of the Elves. He took over the city of Prefinias and chased all the other elvish clans away. Prefinias is the capital city of Ardougne. There is currently no access to the city, and all the information I can find about it will be released in new episodes talking about what we can expect next.
Thanks for watching this episode of RuneScape Lore and History. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like this content. Have a great day.